Hey everyone, you're watching Alternitave Jackson, and well, today in this video, I'm here to talk about Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online. Now, as of this video, we're only at episode 4, but I reckon that it's very much a SAO for the haters. Well, here's why I reckon that. Firstly, while it is just a presumption, as I haven't read the original source material for this, going by the title, Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online is going to stay in the game Gun Gale Online. And one of the biggest gripes of the original Sword Art Online anime was that the show was called Sword Art Online, and yet only the first 12 episodes are actually in the game Sword Art Online. Now, from what I'm led to believe, the story for this is around the same time as the Gun Gale arc in the original Sword Art Online anime and light novel. What I found that's actually rather interesting is that while it's around the same time frame, it's got a very unique and very individual story that seems very alienated from the original story of the anime, and has very few references to the original anime, which I reckon is quite good because it gives not only for those people that didn't like the original anime, but also those people that just haven't seen the original anime yet. You don't need to know too much about it, as much as, hey, they are in a video game. Next point is there's quite a few characters in the original Sword Art Online anime in the first 2 seasons. Now, okay, it's not as many characters as some other anime. I have seen a fair few other anime in a short space of time have a lot of characters. Bleach, for example. The amount of characters in the original Sword Art Online, there is a few. In Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online, we need to find an acronym that works for this title. To my knowledge, there's 3 named characters. There's the main character. She mentions that she has a friend. I can't remember if she's named or not, or if we just know her as friend. But in the game, there's really 3 characters that are named, one being the main character, one being the person that gets her on the team she is in, and the third being the person that she's on the team with. Simple. And that means that there's time invested into these characters. It's easier to develop these characters because there's so few of them, but also for the people watching the shows to get some form of attachments to these characters because there's more screen time. Personally, I hope that the show does keep as few characters as possible because I'm finding it quite interesting and rather good. Now, I reckon one of the biggest issues that people made up with Sword Art Online is that Kirito is overpowered. Now, I'm not disagreeing, Kirito is overpowered. But there's other overpowered anime characters, let's face it. But the main character, Karen, or as her gamer tag in Yu-Gi-Oh is Len, L-E-N, she is also quite strong. But we see in the second episode her journey from getting into the games, like all the games. She goes through quite a few to find Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's the right game for her, and you see the progression of her being weak to her being a badass, PK. So you see that progression, well, okay, it's in an episode or 2. You see it regardless. And it does really take away the Kirito being overpowered issue because, well, for one, Kirito's not in the anime. I'm hoping that doesn't change, but also because you see that she actually trains and whatnot, instead of porting into that game and having all the stats from the previous game that she tried. Now, I reckon that one of the biggest strengths in Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online is that there's a big group focus, and okay, Karen is a solo player, but because of the story of it being, instead of a solo battle of bullets, it's a group version of it. They have to be in a group, so there's this big group focus, there's this camaraderie focus, there's will you be my friend focus kind of thing going on. But in Sword Art Online, while they do group, to me it's just more so a bunch of solo players that just hang out together. That's just how I see it. I reckon that in the group sense, Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online does a better job of showcasing a group setting. And Karen's teammates, M I think his name is, understands how groups work and how to strategize for the group and all and everything. So there is a better focus on being in a group in a game than being a solo player just hanging out with friends. But hey, that's my opinion. I want to hear yours. Do you reckon that Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online is in some ways better than the original Sword Art Online anime, or also the original 2 seasons of the Sword Art Online anime? Or if you disagree with that, do you prefer the original? Personally, well, I don't mind the original. I do reckon that there are points to be made that show that Sword Art Online Alternative is better than the original anime. But anyway, that's all I have for you for this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like. Also, don't forget to click that subscribe button. It'll be an amazing help to me, and all you get to stay up to date with the awesome anime content that I upload. Again, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all next time in the next video. See ya!